I'm with Greg on a lot of different points. What I would say when it comes to the tropes of zombies and how I feel like it tends to work is once again subverting. Like we all know, and we can all argue for a lot of different ways. The slow moving zombie. Look, you gotta have you. That's the thing. Like when you use tropes a lot, the bar continues to go higher. So I think Walking Dead is a great example. The first couple of seasons because they understood that bar was high, and I would argue they got the crowd because they didn't try to get to it. They're like, no, 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 no. There's a full mass of this. We're not saying we're necessarily stopping it. We're giving you the drama of what exists and showing you that the humans are actually the real monsters in this situation. Although I would say one point that they left out, and maybe it's because the graphic novel goes so into it that it's hard to really point out. But the shit that at the end of season one, I felt like was their best horror point of the whole series, and they literally let it go at the end. I mean, like second season. But like same thing with zombies. So like to me, it's like okay, like when you show a zombie being super athletic, I'm like, all right, I'm interested. Bar's a little bit lower because we don't see that a lot, but then it ends up being like the same stupid zombie story when they're super athletic. They find weird moments to be super lazy. Or like when they can transmit like a different way than biting. Like, oh, if you get too close to this thing and you catch some of the like blood mist, you can be one. Like, all right, I'm in. Like, bar's a little bit lower now. We don't see it a lot. And then once again, laziness and goes back to we're just gonna ignore that soon.
It is really all about the effort you put into it. And sometimes that effort can be more, sometimes that forethought can be more. 28 days later comes to mind. They're not technically zombies, but they are in the sense that they're still alive. And so that's why they can move fast, but they are still, trying to tear you apart limb from limb. They're not doing it for sustenance. They're doing it because they're infected with rage, right? This idea of a virus, which, all right, we can all kind of, zombies being a metaphor for infectious disease, I think we can all get behind right now. I think maybe, just maybe, starting to see some light at the end of that tunnel. Who knows? But hoping for it. But gentlemen, again, thank you for joining in around in the fabulous roundtable discussion today, going over tropes are dope. Definitely taking it to that next level. Let's make that hashtag trend, people. I'm just not suited for this generation. But my nephew, by the way, my nephews who listen to this, thanks a lot for listening. B, yes. I know we've told you a lot about them, and your dad and I mentioned it sometimes, but the troughs were real, man. The troughs happened. They look at us like, it's also looking at us like, in our former horrors of our sports teams and how they always used to let us down. We tell them these stories to try and, ground them and try and give them some perspective. But I think there's a part of them that has trouble believing us because why would you? Like, why would you believe that anyone would actually take a piss into a giant trough?
Or how is that legal?
Right.
I think that's where my mind would be going. It's like, right. If I were a kid right now, I'd be like, there's no fucking way that was legal. No, fuck you. That's not legal. There's no way you're going to have a bunch of dicks out in front of everyone. Like,
how could you? Why would you? Who would do that? What kind of a person would do that? Right. I get it. So I get that there's a disconnect and there's a disbelief, but unlike the boogeyman, this is absolutely real and that happened. But gentlemen, thank you as always for joining us here in the steam tunnels, bringing your amazing and unique perspectives. 3 of clubs. How do you want to lead us out into the weekend? What advice you got for us?
I mean, I think we established it. Fuck it. I'm gonna join the wave.
Tropes. There you go. Tropes are dope, baby. Gonna keep pushing that agenda all the way.
It's not really getting on the bandwagon when there's no one on it yet. Like, right?
You're building the bandwagon, baby.
I'm getting in the front with you. Now you got the reins. I'm getting in the front. So tactically, not really on the bandwagon. But right. This is how you invest, children.
That's it. Get in on the ground floor. Get in on the ground floor. Gregory, Star Child, what do you want to lead us out with today?
I have to correct myself really quick because something I said didn't seem quite accurate, and we're not going to be one of those podcasts, right? No false information here, no misinformation. So It was actually cocaine and bourbon, which is still an upper and a downer, that Stevie
Yep.
Ray Vaughan drank for when he was like using all of the drugs. It was actually cocaine in his bourbon. So
Okay.
use your drugs wisely. Don't drink and drive because you might spill your drink.
All right. Now we're always about responsibility here on the Steam Gentleman and accuracy. So
Yeah, man. No
Be
fault.
brought to you by the Massachusetts State Police.
yeah,
Like no misinformation here, man. This is
No.
this has all been certified by Fauci.
we are not gonna take umbrage like Joe Rogan saying that you told the world we took horse dewormer.
Yeah,
when you
after
took
he
the
told the world
human-
he took horse dewormer.
Yeah, you took the human version of the horse dewormer. Congratulations, you own the libs. Good job. Nevertheless, nothing but accurate information here on the Steam Gentleman. Well, I'm just gonna remind you and ask you to head on over to Apple Podcasts or to iTunes. Please rate and review the show. Help us climb the charts. Help us push that nefarious pop culture agenda of the Steam Gentleman. Loved joining you here again. Love talking about this subject. It is always a good time. Such a great luxury to have. I think dubbing this little series we're doing as the luxury of horror is by no means an overstatement. It's been a lot of fun. Something deeper that's come out of all this, and amidst the blood, the guts, and the random nudity for no particularly good reason. Yeah. Good thing I don't put out the videotapes of this, but that's okay. The world doesn't need that. And the fact that I called it a videotape, which also puts in there in the interview. But visit us on the socials. We are at the Steam Gentleman on Facebook. We're Do You Even Steam Bro at Instagram. We got our Do You Even Steam Bro, the YouTube channel. If you like listening to us on YouTube, by all means. Check us out there. Thank you so much for coming in and joining us again. And this is Josh the Birdman reminding you to keep that heat up and keep your head of steam on.